Hello, Flat Earth believers. My name is Darrell E. Berry Jr., and for my own amusement, I'm posting a challenge to Flat Earth believers. This challenge references the apparent sun under or within the clouds phenomena. Now, in the course of this challenge, I will show a few video clips, of course only for commentary, criticism, and teaching purposes. And links to those videos will be shared before I show the video clips. So let's get started with the first video clip.
But there's also another video from a pilot where he shows the controls at 38,000 feet. What does he do? He gives a big thumbs up, smiles at the camera, and it cuts to another clip from that same cockpit. And the camera shows the clouds out of the right side of the window, I believe it was. And over these clouds, inside these clouds, you see this large orange bright object. Now, they're at 38,000 feet. You can see that it would appear that the sun is not up in the sky, but perhaps that, from this evidence, it looks like the sun is in the clouds when he's flying that airplane in that particular video. There's more evidence for a close, small, local sun.
This video clip shows a prominent Flat Earth proponent named DEBJ. And he claimed, citing video evidence, that the sun is close, the sun is small, and that the sun was inside the clouds. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the next video clip. So this video clip was by someone who is apparently aware that the Earth is round, spherical, because he challenges the Flat Earth claim in the description of the video. So now we have one video posted by a person who is a Flat Earth proponent and another by a person who is a Flat Earth detractor. And now let's look at one more video clip that seems to be closer to the original of the clip that DEBJ posted. I muted the audio to not have copyright issues with the music that was being played. So the poster of this video seems to be neutral. Neither Flat Earth nor Round Earth is mentioned in his video nor in the video description. As the video description says, he's simply showing a video of a sunrise under the clouds. Now let's see what this implies in Flat Earth terms. Flat Earth believers claim that the sun is between 32 and 35 miles wide. I use 35 miles in this example. And they claim that the sun is about 3,000 to 4,500 miles above the surface of the earth and moving around over the earth, above the earth. Flat Earth believers also claim that the earth is a stationary flat plane. Now, if you have an airplane, like in the first and third video clips, that's 28,000 feet above the earth, that equates to being about 5.3 miles up. This means that about 30 miles of the sun would be plowing through the earth. Given that the sun would be dragging through the earth itself, it would surely be killing people, killing fauna and flora, damaging property, destroying buildings, and severely damaging the planet. So my first question for Flat Earth believers is, because I've never seen this occur, is where is the evidence of this? Where is a picture, a video, or even an account of the sun plowing through the planet Earth? It seems that this would make the news, or at least get a social media post or two. And what are the casualty numbers of the people that died from the sun landing on them or burning them to a crisp due to their proximity to it? What amount of damage has the sun done to the planet and to buildings, roadways, etc.? Photographic and/or video evidence would be appreciated. And why have we never heard of this? Wait, is this like a secret that flat earth believers are keeping for some reason? Please explain this. Or please explain where I've gotten it wrong. Am I misunderstanding something about your quote model? Because this seems pretty straightforward to me. If you have a sun that's anywhere between 32 to 35 miles wide, and the uppermost part of the sun is underneath or within clouds, and those clouds are roughly 5 miles above the Earth's surface, then clearly about 30 miles of the sun must be through the planet Earth. Please explain this. You claim that your quote model is true, accurate, and all this. You claim that you've woken up. So what's your explanation for this? If I have it wrong, please let me know. Give us the answer in a comment to this video, in a video response, in a tweet on Twitter, in whatever way. Show us dull round earthers what the facts are and why your model, quote model, simply makes no sense. It doesn't match what we see in reality, and what it apparently claims must be occurring, we don't see. Now in spherical Earth reality, there's a clear explanation for what is occurring in these recorded scenarios. And this explanation, 1, completely explains this readily observable occurrence. 2, it makes sense, especially given that we don't see the sun regularly crashing into the Earth. And 3, it's also supported by recorded observations made from outer space. The explanation. The planet Earth is a globe rotating on an axis. At any period of time, half the Earth is illuminated by the sun, which is humongous compared to planet Earth, and about 93 million miles away. And being a globe, at any given period of time, the other half of the Earth is facing away from the sun. The half of the Earth facing the sun is illuminated by sunlight, and the half of the Earth facing away from the sun is in shadow. The half of the Earth facing the sun we consider in daytime, and the half of the Earth facing away from the sun we consider in nighttime. Now at the border area between day and night, that twilight area, the sunlight will be going across the surface of the Earth at a tangent, which means that at that twilight area of the Earth, right before that part of the planet rotates into daytime, or right before that part of the planet rotates into nighttime, it will look as if the sunlight is going upwards. At that time, sunlight can be seen shining onto the undersides of clouds. At that time, sunlight can be seen casting a shadow onto the undersides of clouds. At that time, the sun can be seen as if under the clouds to someone on an airplane looking down at the clouds. So this is very clearly and very logically explained in what you can say is the round Earth model. It accounts for everything that occurs. It doesn't demand that something impossible occur and that we never see occurring. So unless you have evidence of the sun crashing into the Earth, and this clear and logical explanation has been validated by observations from outer space. Unfortunately for your quote model, calling something fake doesn't make it so. One popular example of sunlight hitting the Earth at a more tangent angle is this NASA photograph of crepuscular rays. But that's an explanation for another challenge. And if you want to say that photo is fake, prove it. So I challenge you to give us the answer. How was this possible given the parameters of the flat Earth that you've given us? How can the sun that's 32 to 35 miles wide be visible under 5-mile high clouds from above those clouds in an airplane, with the sun not plowing a 30 or so mile wide crater through the Earth at that location? How does your claim make sense? Or, if the parameters you've given us are wrong, then give us the right diameter for the sun, or the right altitude of the sun, or whatever it is that you had wrong before. Or prove this false. If the Earth, being a rotating globe, and the sun being very large and far away, doesn't make sense, then please explain this and show us how it's false. I mean, give us something. What we're saying makes sense. What we're saying matches what is observable in reality. What we're saying is supported by video and photographic evidence. What you're saying makes no sense. What you're saying does not comport with reality. And even the video evidence you provide matches what we're saying doesn't match what you're saying. And the impossible things that would have to be occurring in your quote model, I've never seen any evidence of, and you've never presented any evidence of. No one has ever mentioned the sun crashing into the Earth that I've ever heard of. If you have the evidence, please provide it. And to make sure I've said it, you can go out yourself at dusk or dawn and see this phenomena yourself. So that's my challenge to you. Bye.